Alright, this should work. Hello everyone. Like the last time, I don't really have a plan. I'm just going to record what I'm doing and you can enjoy the process of me making a map. Oh, there's this thing again. Well, never mind. I wanted to change the river, but the recording button is in the way. So last time I stranded on making deciduous trees, and that's what I'm going to start with today. I found this image on Google, and I think, yeah, this is a good way to start. I really like the shapes, and I'm just going to simplify this. So a lot of things going on right now. Really a lot of things I have to do. I'm reading Anna Karenina of Tolstoy, which is really a great book. I'd suggest you read it as well, but that's just my opinion. Then I'm inventing my Betharian cosmogony, if that's the right word, the realm of the gods. I actually wanted to start translating my latest short story, but then my friend who proofread it, he said, yeah, but I don't really understand the gods, and up until this point, I just had, I just created the gods and was like, okay, this is the pantheon, and it's okay, but he had to ruin it all and ask some further questions, which is good. I already thought about it, but yeah, it's just I can focus on two things at the same time. I'm going to give this a black line. So yeah, I thought about it multiple times, but I really couldn't figure it out, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to find that out later. But since he started to ask questions, I decided, well, let's do that first and incorporate the lore behind that into the story. Well, this first tree is actually looking quite nice. I didn't expect it to be that good. Yeah, alright, let's do this, and then yeah, I want the top part to be a bit broader, and let's take this one to the top, and then I need this tool and this tool. Yeah, this is nice. What do I want to do with it? How big did I make the other trees? Oh, kind of the same, so I'm just going to take this. Yeah, I think it's too big. Yeah, so it's probably 2mm. Well, I can actually check it. Yeah, 2mm, and then this one should be quite good. I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, not really much of a talker and a drawer at the same time. I think, yeah, this. I think actually I'm not really happy with the shape, but then again making it completely, or maybe I can round the edge. It's see, it's kind of hard. Now I'm going to reverse this and maybe a bit like this. Like Bob Ross always said, it's all happy accidents. Or maybe if I remove one of them, have it a bit asymmetrical. Nah, that also doesn't look good. I'm probably spending way too much time on the details, but I want it to be good. And then I'm just going to add a little, a few of these things. Maybe, probably like this and this. I don't need this thing. And then maybe align it a little bit different. Yeah, aligning this is also it's really it's just some minor details which will not be noticeable in the map probably, but I just want it to be good. Has to align. I don't know, it's too much in the middle, but I think this will also not work. Nah, that doesn't look right either. Maybe it should be just one bigger, maybe. Yeah, I don't want it to be as detailed as this, but let's try to follow the lines they used. Maybe a little bit like this, and maybe another one. I think this will also not. Nah. It's probably going to look like a bum. Yeah, okay, now I can unsee that. Never mind. But how am I going to fix it that it looks okay? Maybe triple. Yeah, maybe. Maybe a bit like this. That's right. Well, let's zoom out. Maybe that looks different. It's really hard to make a satisfying tree. Wait, you know what? I'm just going to skip this one and maybe try another one. Maybe this just isn't the right tree to do. Let's try this one, and I'm going to maybe like this. So yeah, like I said, a lot of things going on. I also have to edit the previous recording of my podcast, the From a Writer's Perspective podcast, which I'm doing with my friend, the friend that inspired me to think about the realm of the gods of the Betharians. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I explained a little bit of my world in the previous video. So yeah, you might want to check that out. Let's see, maybe I can make it 2.5. A bit of variety. Oh, wait a minute. I actually copied this one. It can move. Yeah, and I also need to finish writing the third short story. I also want to finish my 4th short story, and in the meanwhile I'm thinking about the Azanians, which are the follow-up stories I'm planning to do for my world, which is more about the technological advancement and the downfall of the Betharian Empire. Maybe a little bit like this. Let's see if this one looks a little bit better if I add some lines in it. Let's see, do I want it like this? And yeah, maybe. I don't know, maybe it's because the shadow is missing that it looks a little bit bland. I don't know, how did I do it with these trees? Here I didn't add any shadows, but that's just because there's not much going on there. Here. Funny thing I noticed, I don't know if it's true, but having pine trees from a colder climate like these ones, they have their branches hanging down, and when you're in a warmer climate, they're pointing up. And same with these and these, and I don't know if it's true, but it's something I noticed drawing all these trees. I thought, funny, the all branches from hotter climates are pointing upwards, and the other branches are all pointing down. But yeah, if you if you have any knowledge of trees, yeah, you can point it out in the comments if there is a point to this or if it's completely random. Yeah, well, you know what? I'm going to try to add some shadows. Maybe that will fix it. So let's have these can be a little bit bigger. This one can also be a little bit bigger. These can also all be that's only 0.5 millimeter, so that's really not much, but yeah, it looks better on a map, in the overall map, when you use everything the same. And these shadows on this scale, yeah, it also doesn't really look great, but I think when I zoom out, it's looking quite nice. That's why I use this one. You can also use dots or fill in fill in just larger amounts of larger uh, color pieces. I don't know what it's called. Oh, I'm seeing I'm doing something wrong now, and that is fill color. I want that out. And the reason I'm using larger lines on the bottom is because obviously there's more shadow when the sun is coming from above. But yeah, it's probably something you already know. I'm just pointing it out. And then I'm going to fill with more smaller. Maybe also vary it a little bit in length or in thickness, I mean. No. This one. Last episode of the From a Writer's Perspective podcast, we discussed the Betharian Empire. And if you like it, you can watch the podcast. I will put the link in the description. But it's at this point in space and time, there's nobody really waiting for an unknown writer's short story. But if you think this might be interesting, I'm looking for a refreshing take on fantasy, then you might want to check it out. It's not the standard medieval fantasy, and though I have to admit there's probably tons of other writers like me, but I'm not really reading much fantasy. It's, I don't know, I like to get my inspiration from the more out of the box. I think literature is really a great, you really expand your vocabulary, and probably in English even more than in Dutch, because we only, the English language has, they've got influences, Dutch as well, a little bit of Dutch or Saxon, which is the more northern part of the Netherlands, is influenced in the Netherlands, or in English, I mean, sorry. As well as French, German, the Nordic languages. So English really has a lot of synonyms from a lot of different languages, in which you can use nuances which you can't in Dutch. So the translations, I don't have a professional team of translators. I just use Google Translate and my friend who's a bit better in English than I am. And he checks it, and I think it's actually translated really well. But that's with my not so big of a, you can hear it when I talk as well. I don't always find the right words. But yeah, with my, how do you call it? Yeah, my knowledge, that's not that great. I know a lot of English from games and from movies and etc. But yeah, making writing is not. I actually should read more in English, but yeah, that's not something I'm doing at the moment. There's still a lot of Dutch translations I have to read, and maybe when I'm done with that, I'll start with English. And in the meanwhile, while I'm talking your ears off, which in real life I don't do that much, I usually keep quiet, but does this look good? Probably made the lines too big, so then we're going back and decrease everything. But yeah, like I said, I probably should read more English. My friends gave me the Stephen Fry books of mythos and heroes, which I read that in English, and it also inspired a little bit of the Greek mythology, inspired the Betharian gods. So yeah, I do read that. I also read some short stories of Lovecraft, which I also quite enjoyed. But yeah, I first want to get it right in Dutch and then translating it in English. And if I write it good in Dutch, then Google Translate will do a fine job, I noticed, with translating. Yeah, these can go a little bit smaller. And I'm probably making no sense as I'm talking and thinking out loud. But bear with me. And then hopefully I will have a tree finished that I'm satisfied with. Yeah, I really do hope so, because I'm doubting. I'm always doubting everything. Okay, how does this look together with, for example, this one? Okay, maybe I can a little bit smaller, and something happened with the shadow. Oh, here's I actually do have a feeling that this one needs to be bigger, but then again, not really sure. Yeah, it's probably the pine tree is the largest, but that's just the feeling I have. I'm not quite sure if that's the case. I think I'm going to add a few more shadows that are really thin that you probably won't notice, but it gives a little bit of more depth, I believe. I don't know if that's the case, but in my head it looks better. So yeah. Yeah, and these actually should also have drop shadows, but because I'm working with lines, I'm just going to skip that. Because then it just gets too much. No, I don't want that. I want this. Or maybe another one. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, so this actually doesn't really make sense when the sun is coming from up top to put shadows there, but it's just no. Put some shadows, yeah, to give an illusion of a curvature. Maybe small one like this. Maybe these can be a little smaller even. I think this one is too big. No, and that one is too small. Let's meet in the middle, and then I want this. This one looks a bit weird. Does it? I don't know. Maybe like this. This. Well. Am I satisfied with this? Am I satisfied? I don't know. I think for now. Yeah, how do the city trees look? What do they look like? At least in the context of a forest. Yeah, so it's probably like this. I like that shape as well, but that's too detailed, and I think these are this is more like a semicircle. Yeah, well, I'll just continue and I'll see where it goes. Maybe I can. Yeah. Add a. Oh my god. Yeah, probably. Maybe that's the thing. It just needs. I thought it needed a little. Needed not as much details, but it probably needs a lot more details to make it look nice. But I'm not sure. Yeah, and like I said, I think I got that sentence halfway, but I'm always doubting everything. So I'm now at the point that I'm doubting the style of the map, and I already made 2 maps, and you can see how long it takes to make a map. But now I think maybe to give it a more authentic feel, I'm maybe made it a little bit too detailed. When you look at ancient Greek maps, which I'm inspired by, yeah, there are more. Mm, yeah, it's more schematic, I think, if that's the right word. I'll show you. Yeah, if you look at this, for example, yeah, you can see. Yeah, this is Greece and this is Italy. And this is Europe, Scandinavia. They probably didn't know of. And Russian and Siberia and everything. So yeah, I thought maybe I shouldn't have put as much details in it as I did, and just yeah, Libya, like this is Africa, and yeah, they just stopped at probably Libya. Arabia they did know of, and this is probably not even a real ancient Greek map, but yeah, well, I'm now at the point that I decided, you know what, I chose for this style, and I'm just going to continue in this style. Which is I'm glad with the style. That's not the case, but it's yeah. I'm thinking maybe I should have made it more authentic than a standard fantasy map. And yeah, you can also ask yourself what is a standard fantasy map, because everyone has their own style. But you know, yeah. Let's just, you know what, this is the nice thing that I already created these curves, because now I can just steal them from my other drawing and maybe distort it a little bit. It's not really, that's too much. Maybe make it a little bit like this. Now that looks weird. Should be like this. Maybe do this a little higher or a little lower, I don't know. Or maybe add a little extra. That's also a possibility. And maybe, oh, you see how these accidents can make it suddenly, yeah, it just feels right. So I might do a little bit with the curves. I think this should be aligned with this curve, and then maybe we can use this one here. Now there's coming shadow, which is probably, yeah, might be satisfied with this. Maybe that was good. You see, I'm always tweaking the tiniest details that are already good, I think. This one is, am I satisfied with this? Maybe make it bigger. Maybe that's I think, no, I think I should keep a small one here. But where should I place it? Yeah, it's this part is empty, so yeah, I'm just trying and trying until it looks right. Maybe. Well, maybe I'm just missing one. Here. I think that's just too much. Maybe a really tiny one. Oh my goodness. Or like we say in the Netherlands, which is actually loaned from the Germans, meine Güte. Meine Güte. Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, you see, there's something missing here, and I don't know what it is. Yeah, maybe this one. Or maybe let's. No, it should be small. I think it's. Maybe you already see it, why it doesn't work, but I don't. Maybe I should give this one away or replace it. And now it looks like a happy face with two eyes, with a mouth, and a scar. I don't know. Yeah, I'm probably not going to unsee that as well, so I'm. Yeah. Man, why is this so hard? I don't know. I'm just gonna leave it and maybe I will find it. And I'm going to add the shadow lines. Shadow lines, yes. And like I mentioned, I'm working out the realm of the gods now, so I had a pantheon of. I'm always saying 12, but I believe it's 14 gods. And but then I started thinking, also inspired by the Stephen Fry books, like what came before. Well, the Olympians were in Greece, so what came before my pantheon, and that's what I'm figuring out now. I'm quite satisfied with that as well, but it's also I'm trying to draw inspiration from the ancient Greeks, but the ancient Greeks are really, yeah, their cosmogony, it doesn't really make sense to me, or it's too complex and too convoluted. And then I started looking at the Norse gods, and their gods, or the gods that became before the gods, like Thor and it were the giants. And I like the idea of giants more, and they only had 6 races, I believe. 6 races of giants, which were water giants, fire giants, ice giants, I believe, earth, wood. Uh, I don't know from the top of my head, but I think it were. Yeah, I think it were 6 groups of yeah elemental giants, but to create an offspring, I decided to make even more. I call them primeval gods, the gods that created the elements. But I also included light, I included darkness, um, fire, earth. And then I want them to, for example, each of them have 2, so the male and the female side. And for example, the gods of darkness, they birth night, and the gods of light, they birth the day. But then I also want to cross breed them. For example, having fire made with light and creating the sun. Because the sun also gives, it doesn't only give light, but it also gives heat. And in their perception, that's because light and fire made it and created this god. And there are dozens of combinations I want to make, but I'm still figuring it out. But I'm satisfied with how it's turning out. And I also looked at the realm of the gods of the Norse mythology. You had the Aesir and the Vanir, I believe, in English, or the Aesirs and the Wanes, I think, which are more. I believe the Aesir are the more battle or the war gods, and the other ones are more of trade and money and wealth and that sort of things. So I was doubting, should I create a new family of gods, but then I thought, nah, this is going to be more. Yeah, that's then I really have to change too much, and I didn't really need a 2 rivaling families, so I'm still. Yeah, in Betharian mythology, they are waiting for their Ragnarok, so the final war, and that's because while the thing I was inspired by the Greeks was that in the beginning there was nothing, there was chaos, and I called it Nithics. And yeah, from the from Nithics, I went to the Norse mythology and started with these elemental gods. But as Nithics created these elements, he also had some trickster god that escaped his nothingness, his void, his emptiness. And of course the emptiness, he's making, he's causing havoc, and Nithics locked him in the void, but he knows his power cannot contain him forever, and that's where humans come in. So the gods watch over the realms, and yeah, they watch who can they use in the final army, and that are humans, and that's why they have to go through these trials. Um, so yeah, I'm quite satisfied with that piece of lore, but I still have to figure it out. What's happening here? Oh, it's... I want this to be... Yeah. It didn't have a fill color. So I'm going for this tree now. It looks nice. Yeah, sorry. I just quit my story about the Betharian gods. But you know, that's where I'm standing right now. And once that's finished, I'm going to try to translate the story. I'm going to see where I need to change some some pieces in the story. Because my friend, he asked, it's about an old man, an old warrior, and a little boy. Their village gets attacked, and they basically go try to find out who's behind the attack. But since the boy, he's from another culture, and he asks a lot of questions. But yeah, my friend, he said, yeah, but why doesn't he ask this and this and this? And that was more about the gods. So then I knew, yeah, if he has these questions, then readers will probably have them too, and I didn't work it out. So yeah, it's good for me, it's good for readers, and I can use the lore in later stories. And that's how I work. I sometimes reverse engineer it, sometimes I just make something up front, then I think of something and make it like that. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, this looks alright. Looks a bit fluffy. Yeah, why am I doing like this? This one should also grow with it. This should be higher than this one, maybe a little bit more. Yeah. I think it might be, yeah, I might want to make it a bit more skinny. So oh yeah, I can move this, and then yeah, just take the shadows, these shadows, and just fill in the gaps. That fits there. No. And yeah, like this, and maybe have a little one, a little one. No, I mean a big one on the bottom. Or maybe I should mirror it. Yeah, maybe I should do that. Mirror this and this one. Like this. And I hope this one fits nicely here. I think this can go a little bit more to the side. This one as well, and this one can maybe move a bit to here. Or maybe have one here and move this one. Well, it probably was good anyway, but you know, changing and changing and then finding out that everything here has gone. Okay, I'm going to remove everything back, and I hope I can thank goodness. Okay, new story. Well, this actually looks nice. I think I didn't have it like this before, and this also looks quite nice. I might have found something, but then maybe I should make this one smaller. Yeah, I'm probably going to screw up now, but or don't I? Okay. How does this look? Do I want this one? Oh. This one on top could also be a possibility, and probably not. But then I have this thing again. This looks kind of strange. I don't think a little maybe I can fix it with this. And there's a little bump, but not too big. Yeah, and this one goes to the back. Yeah, but now it looks like a fat Christmas tree. Nah. Yeah, let's change it back. And I want the curve to be right, and I'm probably not going to have it. Now, you know what? It was good already. It's just this. Yeah, I might might change it a little bit. Yeah, another thing I have to do is watch Kenobi. That's our next recording session for the From a Writer's Perspective podcast. I just watched the first 4 episodes. But I'm not really the greatest Star Wars fans, but yeah, my friend is, so I mean I enjoy it, but yeah, it doesn't really do anything for me. But that's maybe because I'm a snob. I can say, oh, you know what? I read Tolstoy. Star Wars is just below me, which is not. I'm just kidding. But I yeah. When you get older, there's you keep having less and less time, and when you're doing a 9 to 5 job, you have to make decisions. What do I want to do? And since I want to become a well, I already am a writer. I'm always saying, if you write, you're a writer. But I want to be a published writer, or I want at least people to read my stories. And yeah, it would be great if I could make a living off of it. Don't really got plans to become a millionaire. But if just writing and making these sort of videos is what I can do my whole life, then I'm satisfied. I also set up a Patreon, which, yeah, I don't really know yet how it works, or see a lot of people work with Discord servers, but yeah, I don't know. It's to me, it's just, yeah, you can donate a dollar or a euro or whatever your currency is if you enjoy my work. And if you don't, well, it's for free on the internet, and I just hope you like the story. That's yeah, that's something I value more than money. But if you like the story and don't want to wait that long, I can write more stories when I have 24/7 to write, or and not only have some weekends and maybe a few hours in the evening to write a story. But you know, everyone has to start small, and I'm already busy for, yeah, I think it's over 10 years now, and I've just recently decided, you know what, I'm just going to upload my stuff, because I enjoy the stories I'm writing, and yeah, there's nobody ever reading it, and if I upload it, then people might read it, and they're still not changing anything with making money off of it. But well, if you don't risk the chance, well, then you're never gonna have anything. So and there's another tree, I think. Yeah, I see I already uploaded for, or uploaded, recorded for almost an hour, so I think I'm just going to quit it soon. And you see, I'm already in 2 hours of map making, and I still don't have anything. Yeah, can I be satisfied with this? probably this one needs a bit more shading here. And watching someone draw a map is not really the most fun thing you can do, I think. But yeah, if you want some ASMR of my beautiful voice, then I can also whisper while I'm drawing a map. But yeah, I don't think I will do anyone a pleasure with that. So I'm not going to. Unless I'm really getting a lot of requests. Please do some ASMR. I think. Yeah. I'm going to group the first one and the second one, and no, and the third one, and these I'm going to do this and do this, yes. I'm just going to see how it looks when I try to make a tiny forest in the map. Yeah, this actually looks nice. I'm going to create some more trees, but for now I think it looks like a forest with a little tree trunk there, or a, is that what you call it? Or is the trunk only when it's cut off? No, then it's a stump, I believe. So yeah, I think I'm done for today, but I think I made some progress. So yeah, then I would like to thank you for watching. if you made it till the end of to the end of the video, and yeah, I don't know when I will upload the next one, but it's probably going to be some more trees again. Thank you for watching, and you can find my latest short story on talesofestus.com. I will put the link in the description. You can donate something on Patreon if you like, but I will give you some more updates on my latest stories, and I can send you the rough draft that I have now, if you're really curious. But yeah, it's probably, I don't really have made a name for myself, so no one's really waiting for my stories, and it's okay. Hopefully one day they will. So, yeah, once again, thank you, and I will see you next time.